The Weekend Whoppers, the New York Times, flips the script on the economy. AOC flips it on Biden and Trump, and more. Are we surprised? So yeah, we're gonna look at some whoppers that have been posted on X and the New York Post here. This article came out yesterday, but with all the flipping going on, I figured we'd cover the flipping. Not all of it is in a week, but just generally flipping, or more like they're calling this flips. I'm just calling it flat out lying propaganda from the Democrat left. Is just astounding. Especially are these people. I guess they don't care because maybe their target audience is only watching MS Now or CNN, and they're not on X. They're not researching and getting other people's opinions, or even just fact checking, just simple fact checking. And it's astounding to me that they continue to get away with it. And thank God we have X. We have YouTube, even though we know we have problems with YouTube, but at least we still have YouTube, where people can get their opinions out and also show you fact checks and do this type of research. Because look, if we're still stuck with what, the big three, and then PMSNBC and CNN, even Fox is, I'm not all crazy about Fox, but y'all get the point, is that if we still had this legacy media, man, we'd be believing everything the Democrats say or said. We'd be believing it all, hook, line, and sinker. It's amazing. It is amazing. Before we get into the New York Post article, which we will, and it's all about the flips and the lies and the deceit, the propaganda. I covered this woman, this lovely modeled citizen, Destiny Jackson. She's actually Destiny Bradshaw. And the whole debacle of the tear gas hoax mom. And wow, we had a lot of propaganda lies of high up ranking left-wing Democrats, prominent left-wing Democrats, jumped on the bandwagon and was just spouting the nonsense, not waiting for facts. They just jumped on it and ran with it. And just to see, I guess they don't care. Like I said a minute ago, it's like they're going to just preach to the mindless sheep who are not going to research them or fact check them, just so they could gain some access or something. I don't know. It's just beyond comprehension of how many people fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Now, we're just going to touch upon this real quick. So we did cover this yesterday, but for those who didn't watch yesterday's show, bombshell tear gas hoax mom convicted in 2019 murder. The Jackson family tear gas story just got worse. And why? Destiny Jackson is actually Destiny Bradshaw. She was convicted in a 2019 murder and robbery. She lured a 21-year-old man to North Minneapolis via Facebook as part of a robbery plot. Again, keep in mind, a lot of prominent Democrats came out and was like promoting this hoax about her kid getting tear gassed by ICE. And not even thinking like, oh my God, well, who's her mother? Like, none of this is going to come out. He was shot and killed. I know, it's all rhetorical. She pled guilty to aiding and abetting. Now she's the face of the tear gas hoax that raised $200,000 with a GoFundMe. Live stream footage shows her and her husband actively rioting while their children were allegedly unattended in the vehicle for 45 minutes. Changed her name, changed her story, but it's the same pattern. And this is her crying when she said, yeah, I heard a boom. And then I was telling my son, get out, get out. And then she said, she said in this video, she's saying, "Yeah, I was inside or something," and then she's like, "My kid is outside." What parent would have did that? Would you not have immediately ran to the car? Number one, that wouldn't even happen with normal people. You wouldn't have gone to a riot and took your baby with you. It's just insane. It's insane.
Get out, get out. Like, I can't, Mom, and
Uh-oh.
I can't.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hold up. I can't hear, but y'all can. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. My headset wasn't working. Actually, reverse that. Y'all could hear it. I couldn't. All right, there's the car. They were out in the riot.
Tear gas enveloped them.
And I was screaming to my oldest son, Sean. I'm like, get out, get out. Like, I can't, Mom, and I can't breathe.
Destiny says bystanders pulled her into a home to check on her as she screamed that her 6-month-old child was still in the car.
He was just like lifeless, like he had like foam like around his mouth, and he had tears coming out his eyes. I was getting them out to mouth, and I remember stopping and I said, I will give you all my breath till you get yours back, because.
Oh my God. So, what's appalling and disturbing is she is lying the whole time. It wasn't an innocent, we're just on our way home from my son's basketball game. They literally stopped, got out of the vehicle, left the baby in the car for 45 minutes while they were doing stupid ice chants or whatever the heck they were doing. I'm curious to see, why would they do that? Why would black people care about these illegals? Did she get paid to do it? I don't need a tinfoil hat on. I'm just wondering why. Why would they just go out of their way to and know where the riot is? Oh, what are you saying? You were on your way home and you drove through the riot. So we stopped. It's none of it is making sense to me. Either they got paid for it. So that brings up that story. She's accusing ICE of tear gassing, bombing the car. The airbags go off. Her kid's in the back, foaming at the mouth. She takes no accountability. She blames it on somebody else. And then as she's running away, somebody pulled her. Would you not yank away from somebody and run and get your kid out of the car? Which you wouldn't be as retarded as her anyway, her and her husband stopping for a riot. But you'd like, whoa, man. You'd be hauling butt like, oh my God. None of it makes any sense. None of it. She is lying. Boo-hoo, this fake tear, puts up a GoFundMe and gets $200,000. Who the heck gave her? There has to have been some, wouldn't you think, some leftists? Because her family, I'm going out on a limb. I guarantee you her family is not well off. Maybe middle class down, okay? Because I'm just middle class down, okay? So, what kind of people were donating to this GoFundMe for her? Who felt sorry for her? It was the left. I'm just saying, that's a lot of money, $200,000. I think they just gave her that money because what a whopping story this was for the left to use as propaganda. Oh, ICE tear gassed a 5-year-old. Or actually a baby. The 5-year-old's another story. I can't get my stories mixed up or I'm just as retarded as they are. So then you had the Black Lives Matter activist, church raid organizer, church raid terrorist. She's on CNN spouting the same nonsense of baby gassing story on CNN. So she's out there pushing this agenda, right? It gets even better. It gets even better. Nikema Levy-Armstrong went on CNN and repeated the viral claim that ICE almost killed a 6-month-old baby by tear gassing a family's SUV. The problem is it's been debunked. I'll tell you what, you should never go out guns a-blazing before asking questions. This is why we have lawyers, we have prosecutors, we have judges, we have juries, we have trials. They have to gather evidence. You have to gather evidence. But no, the left doesn't gather evidence. They're like, we're going to double down, just run with the story, get it out, and then we'll do a retraction later. But the damage can be already done because they can wreak havoc in the meantime. That's what I'm thinking that they're doing. A video shows the parents weren't innocent bystanders. They participated in the riot and left their baby in the car. But here she is on national television invoking it anyway to attack ICE. So we all know she's been arrested, but I'm just pointing out how the left operates, and we all need to be aware and attuned to this, and especially on the left-wing media. When they're all repeating the same talking points, you need to research it because it's all BS. Almost 99.9% of the time, it's BS. It's BS. The same activists who organized the church storming terrorist attack in Minnesota openly praised convicted cop killer Assata Shakur, calling her a brave wife, powerful, and revolutionary black woman. I don't know who that is, but I'm sure it's somebody who's retarded. If this woman, if Armstrong here, who's a civil rights attorney, which is ironic that she's going to be charged with civil rights crimes. Wow, you can't make this stuff up. If she is praising this Assata Shakur, or whatever how you say the name, Assata Shakur, then you know they are a libtard and they are retarded. Oh, and then talk about just lie in your face. After everyone sees Don Sucks Lemon's video. Everyone sees it. Sees Armstrong, Levy Armstrong on there, Don Lemon, all the other people, what they're doing, they're talking about at the beginning of the video. And then they go and infiltrate. But Armstrong goes on CNN. What a lunatic. Who led the band of extremists to storm a church, went on CNN last night, which was a few nights back, to gaslight about what actually happened. I mean, they're going to just tell you right in your face, this is not what you saw. The assist here from CNN's Ernie was really something to behold. Obviously, I'm not going to dispute you saying what happened. I'm merely describing now CNN's describing it. I covered this yesterday or the day before. I was like, wow. These journalists have no journalistic integrity. She actually says this on the air. She's like, I'm beholding to what CNN is telling me I can say. I can't give an opinion on what my own eyes saw or heard in Don Sucks Lemon's video. It's astounding. I obviously wasn't there in the room. Either were any of us. But the world sees the video. But keep in mind, CNN and them, once you don't, there's nothing to see here, folks. Are you aware that there's a video of the event? Seen millions of times across X and YouTube that you can view and make a determination? Isn't your job to research an event despite spin and get to the truth? Or can a journalist only make an assessment of the facts when they are physically in the room? These are the course of radical questions, of rhetorical questions. I mean, like I said, she went on she goes on and does this, gaslights everybody. And then CNN gaslights you too. But I thought it was astounding and just crazy how they could just say, well, I'm only merely describing how CNN is describing it. Wow. There's the video. I guess y'all could go and look at it on CNN. All eyes. I mean, it was a longer interview, and it had just got clipped a bunch of times. But we had already viewed this in the video yesterday. But this is just part of what we're doing here, describing. See, guys, CNN. All of them are BS. They won't even let their own reporters report. Well, what are we seeing here? Let's watch this. Show a clip of the video and then start asking her questions. Isn't that what Don Lemon was doing to the pastor? Was he not like gaslighting the pastor? We have a constitutional right to be here. Unbelievable. It's crazy. Here's a quickie of Armstrong. I mean, hey. She's all happy, 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 and then, oh my God, boo-hoo-hoo. Boo-hoo-hoo. She was all balls to the wall on CNN with the article we just read. And then that she's just so full of confidence. Don Lemon's been showing confidence too. Like, she has been so confident trying to justify her actions. Unbelievable. And then when they get caught, it's like, what? But this is how I felt, and feelings are important. Oh, just a quickie note on this. I saw this post yesterday. It's the Center for Baptist Leaders. The leadership officially and wholeheartedly supports the arrest and prosecution of Don Lemon under the Ku Klux Klan Act for his part in aiding a wicked Black Lives Matter mob in its attack on a SBC church. So they're calling it a Black Lives Matter mob? I don't know. I think they were all there about ICE, but they could have been all obviously affiliated with Black Lives Matter. I agree. And I think we always need to point out every time anybody, all of us, catch these people lying, flipping the script. I just say it's deceptive, it's propaganda, and they just think people have short memories, which some of us do. Obviously, New York does. It took has it been 25 years? Yeah, 25, 26 years since 9/11, and what they elect a Muslim? Good God. People do forget. You have another generation of people that are 20 years old, 25 years old. Wow, 18. Because 18, they can go vote. Maybe the people who were 30 were just too little to understand and know. So now you got 20, 25-year-olds, 30-year-olds, 18-year-olds voting for dumbass. But anyway, this is Hakeem. Hakeem Jeffries denies calling the SAVE Act voter suppression. Leader Jeffries, you recently stated that requiring proof of citizenship to vote is voter suppression. And what does he say? He said, I never said that. The hypocrisy knows no bounds.
Leader Jeffries, you recently stated that requiring proof of citizenship to vote in elections is voter suppression. Can you explain how requiring proof of ID is voter suppression?
That's not a statement that I ever made.
You sure about that?
Then you should have brought the SAVE Act, which is a voter suppression bill that we strongly oppose, to the floor.
Leader Jeffries, you recently stated that requiring...
We strongly oppose this bill. We strongly oppose it. Because, I mean, they make black people... I tell you what, I think... You black guys out there, black people, man, you should be pissed at the Democrats. They think you're all a bunch of retard dumbasses. Literally. Because what? If we have to make people have voter ID, these people don't know how to get to the DMV, and these people don't know how to get an ID. What the hell are you saying? Y'all should be up in arms. I should be seeing TikTok video after TikTok video from black people from here to kingdom come going, these people are retarded. Why are they're just making you look stupid. Why do they want, well, obviously we know it's rhetorical why they don't want voter ID, because they want all the illegals to vote. But they want the illegals to vote, to be able to vote, but they used blacks as an excuse. Well, they can't, they don't have a car, they don't have means, they can't get to the maybe they don't even know where the DMV is. Y'all go research that stuff. It's hilarious. If I was you guys, I'd be pissed. Be pissed. Again, the hypocrisy. Look, there's AOC with an illegal. Oh, we want him to stay here. Pro-Palestinian Mohammed Khalid set to be deported to Algeria. Federal Appeals Court revised a lower court's ruling that he had freed Khalid. Trump administration says he lied on documents when applying for permanent U.S. residency and that he supports Hamas. Good riddance. So he supports Hamas. He's a Muslim. He worships a pedophile. Yeah, I said it. I'm probably going to get in trouble with YouTube. Anyway, he supports a pedo. Mohammed is a pedo. Their prophet. Anyway. So there you go. There's another twin spin. Oh, they're breaking up families and blah, 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 blah. But that's been the talking point. No, we're getting out criminals. We're getting out people who are dangerous. Dangerous people to the country. But nope, they don't care about that. They just want votes and they just want to stay in power. Real quick, I want y'all to see what these retards are doing as far as for the protesting and things like this. I wonder, I haven't seen is the mainstream media, which isn't mainstream, the dinosaur media, PSNBC, MS Now, and CNN. Are they even covering this stuff? So look, what these people are doing is they're going into Target. Leave it to the leftists to get carts full of items at Target, get in line, then walk out in the name of protesting ICE. It's like, what is this accomplishing? Well, it's giving guaranteed work to the employees to have to go put all that crap back. But you can rest assured it made some white liberal women feel really good about themselves and powerful for just a few moments. I don't know if y'all saw these other videos where they were in line at, I guess it was Home Depot, where they were loading up and just getting all the ice, right, at Home Depot, and then standing and then purchasing it and then getting back in line to return it and just clog up everything. It's just, these people, good God, whose idea was that? Like, what is that going to prove? Because ICE might come to the Home Depot. Well, if y'all watched J.D. Vance's press conference yesterday, I mean, he was saying they are trying to work with these companies, these corporations, these businesses. Look, these businesses shouldn't be hiring these people in the first place. And then ICE wouldn't show up. What are you doing? Now, what? Do we need better checks and balances when you go to get hired? What kind of paperwork? How did these people get a job? How do they get their social security number? What is happening here? I have a lot of questions. If these libtard ICE peaceful protesters are at Home Depot because they're concerned that a worker might get picked up by ICE, how did that worker get there in the first place? If he's illegal. I don't know. So what, he had a visa? Is he overstayed his visa, but did he have work papers? I mean, shouldn't HR or somebody be like, okay, well, this guy's got a visa, so we're going to have to pin this to the top and keep checking on his status because we don't want to get in trouble with the federal government. I'm just saying. Oh, isn't that a glorious sight? Isn't that glorious? We've got mugshots, and look at that. You got Kelly down here. You got what's her name? What's her Armstrong? And I can't remember what her name is, but hey, she works on some kind of board of education, for God's sakes. I swear, this DEI crap has ruined the country. But there you go. There you go. Trump's put a stop to DEI in any federal government hiring. Yeah, it's insane. Thank God, because we've got some stupid people up in there that should not even be there. But there you go. Aren't you loving it? Aren't you loving it? No, I'm waiting for Don Lemon, people. Check this out. Check this out. City's Church in St. Paul retained counsel following the terrorist attack on their worshipers by anti-law enforcement activities. They note the failure of Minneapolis Democrats, including AG Keith Ellison, to protect them and hold lawbreakers accountable for violating their rights. Hey, I was wondering if this was gonna come out. Like I was waiting. I guess all of you guys did too. Like the pastor, the old man that Don was pretty much interrogating at the door by his questioning and his condescending attitude. Well, you're just not listening to facts. I'm trying to give you the facts. What Don's trying to do is change the guy's mind instead of actually conducting an interview. Right, because the guy is like the rest of us, like, no, the ICE officers need to do their job or whatever. He was being polite to Don by saying, you know, I understand your plight. I sympathize in some ways, but we have to go by the laws. These are the laws. This is what we got to do, which was the right thing to do. And, of course, Don Sucks Lemons is so condescending, which y'all can go rewatch that clip of him talking to the older gentleman in the, I guess, right at the doorway of people coming in and out of the church right there. And then follows him out. And he was very condescending, in my opinion. But my theory was on, I thought, man, all the churchgoers, the parents, oh my God. Sandy Hook parents went after Alex Jones with a vengeance and won. But this, Alex Jones traumatized them after the fact, after their children were already killed at a school shooting. Now here you have these terrorists who terrorize these children. Those parents, they could sue all of them. My kid has to go to counseling now, right? Hey, man, we saw it. That one picture, that you're not going to forget that. That image of that father holding that kid, and that kid's just scared to death and crying, not even knowing what's going on. And you had some lunatic, the bearded Kelly, the guy Kelly, screaming. Kid probably don't even know what the heck's going on. This guy's screaming at him. He's not even a Christian. Like he's preaching to them because he's doing the Lord's work. So, wow, I had a feeling this was going to come down the pike, that all the people that were in the church that got terrorized by these people, there's civil lawsuits going, baby. And I guarantee you, I don't know, maybe I can't guarantee it. Obviously can't guarantee anything. But just think about it. Them suing Don Sucks Lemon. Because he aired it, too. You got damages, mental. Wow. It's amazing. So, this is awesome. So, they have sought legal counseling. There's yet to be seen. Okay, so if you don't think there's a media conspiracy, a media cartel, here we go.
Extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is 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 extremely dangerous to our democracy.
Good Lord.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
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 Extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is 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 extremely dangerous to our democracy.
Wow. They all get their talking points. All of them. They get their talking points. That, and even CNN, that you just saw in that last article we were reading, where CNN was interviewing Armstrong. And she says, well, I'm not going to tell you what you saw because I wasn't there. I can only go by what CNN, how CNN is interpreting it, basically. I'm paraphrasing. So even the journalist herself, I wonder if she's going to get reprimanded for that. I think, to me, that sounded like a slide in, right? It kind of did if you think about it. Like she's saying, well, I can't comment. I can only say what CNN's basically telling me to say. That's awesome. Hypocrisy knows no bounds. So Hillary Clinton had posted this. I don't know how long ago she did. Well, you remember when there was a whole slew of talking points that no one's above the law? Yeah, I know everybody remembers it because it's just so, no one's above the law. It's like the left corn that phrase. I said corn. Yeah, that Don Sucks Lemon cornholed that phrase. No one's above the law. So Hillary Clinton says in the United States of America, no one is above the law. And then this person tweeted, well, thanks for clarifying. That's why we voted to hold you in contempt of Congress yesterday for defying congressional subpoenas on the Epstein files. This is Representative Ela Crane posted that. The hypocrisy knows no bounds. And that was their talking points. Nobody's above the law. Nobody's above the law. Man, I wish somebody would do a thing of that one as well. Man, it would take me forever to do that. If y'all gone to Don Lemon's page, his YouTube page, and look up the interview he had with the little Mexican woman, and he's trying to tell her crossing the border was not illegal. Somebody posted this, said inside the mind of a retard. Look, I'm not making it up. They said that. Oh, it's called Retard Finder. Is their X page. Retard Finder says a misdemeanor is not a crime. You're not breaking the law. I mean, you are breaking the law, but it's not a criminal act. That's basically what he was telling that little Hispanic woman. It was hysterical. Okay, so there was another story that was going around of a 5-year-old boy that was abandoned. He's just abandoned, and ICE just arrested him. So Tampon Tim says Minnesotans want safety. They want freedom. They want what's best for our children. Masked agents snatching preschoolers off the street and sending them to Texas detention centers. Another hypocrisy knows no bounds. Knows no bounds. X's U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement X page. Did Tampon Tim acquire his reading comprehension skills at the Quality Learning Center? I think he did. This is a lie, but that's all he seems to know how to do at this point. This child was abandoned by his criminal illegal alien parent, Adrian Aras Ecuador, who fled from our officers when approached. Our officers ensured the child was safe. Lies like these form elected officials such as yourself put our officers at risk and attack. And that's what they've been wanting to do. Just like putting out the story and that woman getting $200,000 raise, which I don't think just the people in her community gave her put that money. gave her that money. I think it's some left-wing NGO organizer, probably money from the fraud funding, gave it to her to push this agenda to lie about ICE officers spraying her child with pepper spray. It's the same propaganda. And they ran with that story. They ran with it. All of them did. Talking points. We have the Associated Press. Breaking! Immigration officers are asserting sweeping power to enter homes without judges' warrants. A memo obtained by the AP. So here's Homeland Security's response. If an illegal alien has a final deportation order from an immigration judge and they refuse to leave, they are fugitives from justice. If in any case we serve an administrative warrant, there is probable cause and the illegal alien has had full due process and a final order of removal. Every illegal alien who DHS serves administratively warrants I-205s have had full due process and a final order to remove from an immigration judge. Administration warrants have been used for decades, and the Supreme Court and Congress have recognized the propriety of administrative warrants in cases of immigration enforcement. Propaganda. What they are the Nazis, man. If you tell a lie enough times, it becomes the truth. That was one of their mottos. They throw out pamphlets. They just spread They controlled the media. They controlled the printing press. They controlled everything. The Germans did. And the left-wing liberal media wishes they still had this control, but they don't. They don't anymore. And they'll just stoop to the low and get as many sheep to follow them as they can. Are we not glad that PBS got funds stripped away? No more giving this left-wing libtard propaganda machine PBS. I hated PBS when I was a kid, by the way. So they ran a story. Food contaminated with worms and mold, limited access to clean drinking water, inadequate medical care. These are a few of the allegations made by migrant families in recent court documents about their children's conditions while in ICE custody. And that's what they said. PBS, propaganda. Homeland Security response to PBS's BS. PBS's BS. Another day, another hoax about the South Texas Family Residential Center. The media is clearly desperate for these allegations of inhuman conditions at this facility to be true. But all the protesters would come out. Oh, no, they're Nazis. They're fascists. Inhumane conditions. You're arresting American people. You're splitting away families. It's just insane, the propaganda. Here are the facts. Dooley does meet federal detention standards and actually undergoes regular audits and inspections. See, I knew Trump administration knows they're under a microscope. If this was true, man, it would be a bloody nightmare. But none of this is true. You know they're crossing all those T's and dotting all those I's. You just know they are. Trump is a perfectionist. Dooley Detention Center is retrofitted for families. Adults and children are housed in facilities that provide for their safety, security, and medical needs. They're probably getting treated better than our prisoners. Our actual prisoners in prison. Just say it. All detainees are provided with 3 meals a day, clean water, clothing, bedding, showers, soap, toiletries. Good God, they're getting more than third world low IQ countries out in Somalia, Sudan. Good Lord, these people are living like kings. Inmates also have access to phones to communicate with their family members and lawyers. My God. Certified dietitians evaluate meals. Good God. And all of this is funded by the U.S. taxpayers, ladies and gentlemen. We are keeping them and providing them comfort in the luxurious hotel. Luxurious hotel. The Dolly. The Dilly. DHS takes its responsibilities to protecting children seriously, and it will continue to work with federal law enforcement to ensure that children are safe and protected. Parents who are here illegally can take control of their departure. Through the CBP Home app, the Trump administration has given parents illegally in the country a chance to take full control of their departure and self-departure with the potentially ability to return the legal and right way and come back to live the American dream. It is free and available for all mobile devices. Now, you know that the Biden administration had apps telling them how to get the roadmap, giving them a roadmap to get to America and where water is. People were putting water at different stations to get these people over. It was insane. When will the media stop peddling hoaxes? Never. About illegal alien detention centers and start focusing on American victims of illegal alien crimes. They're not. They're not going to stop. They're not going to stop. They're already complaining about, what was it? Is it El Salvador? We're sending those. Somebody help me out here. The prison that's just amazing that they're sending all these gangs to, and they've been so successful. So the left had been complaining, it's just inhumane. Oh, well, I guess they shouldn't have effed around and found out that you committed heinous crimes in America or heinous crimes in other countries and then came here, committed more heinous crimes, and then you got sent to that prison. Oh, too bad, too bad, too bad. Hey, why do y'all think Kelly here, he looked away? He's not even looking. You can see the one people. Oh, he's got a creepy eye. He got a creepy eye. Sorry, I know. I was taught not to make fun of people. But he's a lunatic. And he scared children. So he left himself open for, I can ridicule him. Nah, I probably shouldn't, right? Anyway, he's intentionally not looking at the camera. But these two are. And look at him. He's like, I am defiant. But look at this eye, though. Man, I couldn't even do this with a straight face. Man, he's got a lizard eye. This is cat eye, man. He's possessed. He might be. I mean, look at his eye. Good God. Creepy eye. You had, back in 1993, Dianna Feinstein, which she's passed away now, says that illegal migrants are abusing Medicaid and costing California hundreds of millions of dollars a year via the prison system. Via the prison system. Now, haven't we been hearing that we need all these illegals in here because who else is going to clean rooms at hotels or cut grass or work in the fields? Now, remember the story I did last week where a young man needed a job and the restaurant was full of a bunch of foreigners? So he called ICE on him. He went to apply for a job, right? He goes and applies for a job. They say, no, we're not hiring. We're full. He calls ICE. ICE raids the place. Like 12, 14 people get arrested and deported. Guess that guy got a job. I said, give that guy the gold medal of honor. The congressional. That needs to happen. So this guy gets a job. He gets a job. What about all the Uber drivers and stuff? A lot of them are foreigners, so Americans could be doing those jobs. But in the framework of what we're doing here today, they're telling us no. I saw. Oh God, I'm having a brain fart. There was somebody the other day in the news was saying he was a left-wing libtard. He was saying that Americans commit more crimes than the illegals on the. I was like, what is happening here? So, are you trying to reassure us that it's okay for the illegals to be here? One illegal here murdering one person is one too many. Period. About 13% of the California prison population, costing close to $300 million a year, are illegals. Our politicians and media like to claim that illegal immigrants commit crimes at a far lesser rate than American citizens. Excuse me. That talking point is based on studies that use exploitation line. Based on studies uses exploitations to eliminate totals. To eliminate them. So she wants to extrapolate. Extrapolations. They avoid looking at the actual demographics of state and federal prisons because the data does not support the narrative they want to push. Isn't how it always is? In 2018, the Department of Homeland Security released a study that showed 1 in 5 inmates in the federal prison system were illegal immigrants. Good God. So what? The other 3 are African American, and then the 1 is whites. What is this here? 1 in 5 inmates in the federal prison system were illegally immigrant. Well, this is statting federal prison. I'm thinking of like all of it. The study also showed that illegal immigrants in Arizona were twice as likely to commit crimes, not including the crime of coming here illegally. Maybe you need to tell Don Sucks Lemons that. Than American citizens. It's very strange that our elected officials like to push narratives that disparage their own people. And ladies and gentlemen, I didn't ask Grok to give me the stats on like regular prisons. This is just giving a stat on the federal prison. I'm sure it's staggering between whites, blacks, and illegals. Maybe they'll have a category of Mexicans in there. I don't know. I don't know. But another one, boys and girls. We got another one. Representative Angie Craig, Democrat, Minneapolis. ICE detained a 5-year-old boy in Minnesota. This is the reality. ICE rescued a 5-year-old boy after his illegal alien father abandoned him. The talking points knows no bounds.
So now ICE is using a 5-year-old boy. A 5-year-old boy.
Oh my God.
They took him and used him to lure his father out.
No.
And now they've detained them both. The family doesn't know where they are.
Oh my God.
This is the worst of the damn worst. This
oh my God.
is not humanity in Minnesota, folks. If you can look at this 5-year-old and actually with a straight face still support and be silent in the face of what the Trump administration and Kristi Noem is doing, I just can't even believe this is America. I will not vote for a damn penny to Kristi Noem or ICE in this Congress. This is a time where we should all be outraged. If this doesn't pierce through your humanity as a Republican member of Congress, you can't speak out about this, then you've got no humanity left.
Wow. That was powerful. Are you moved? If you watched that before you knew the rest of it, you would be like jumping all over it. Like, oh my God. And this is what I have been learning. Now, hey, I'm guilty of it too. I mean, I think we all are. Sometimes we see something in our brains and we're immediately outraged or we're happy or whatever it is we're watching and you having a reaction to it. But with the advent of ChatGPT or Grok, boom, I can go and research it. I'll see really sensational stories and I'm like, wait a minute. I'm going to check this before I jump on the bandwagon and maybe use it in one of my shows. And I want to know, I don't want to look stupid because I look stupid enough already. I don't need to look stupid any more than I already do. I mispronounce words. I read numbers backwards. I don't get stats right. I try to get the stats right. But I didn't know the stats of the incarceration on regular prison, but they were showing us the federal. But anyway, because I didn't go look it up. Because I didn't want to. No. I mean, I've heard it a long time ago. I mean, I'm sure it's still very similar that blacks make up more proportion of the population incarcerated in regular prisons. But she gets out here. And people go, whoa. And she probably posted it on TikTok. And she's getting all these people getting riled up. And then it's completely debunked. Completely debunked. This didn't happen. In fact, the piece of crap dad abandoned the kid. If he knew the jig was up, and he's got his kid right there, five-year-old kid, imagine. He'd be like, oh man, jig's up. They're going to get me, but I need to stay here. Can you guys make sure he's okay? Please, please, please take care of my boy. Nope. He takes off. Takes off and leaves the kid. What a piece of crap. What a piece of crap. Could you imagine, ladies and gentlemen, doing that with your own child? Just leave. Just take off running. Even if you were in if you were just happened to get in danger, or you're at a store and then you're under attack because some left-wing libtard transgender psycho comes in, right, to a Walmart or wherever you are, what are you going to do? You just going to take off running and leave your kid? No, you're going to grab your kid, try to get to safety, or lay on the kid, hide the kid. You take the bullet. See what I'm saying? But this right here is so sensationalized. She's like, if you're not outraged with this, you have no humanity. And she probably knew all the time. Now, why? Her being a representative of a state in Congress, come out and say these things with no fact base. This is why these people are just losing so much credibility, and it's happening right in front of our eyes. And good. They need to probably keep it up, because we just keep exposing you and exposing you and exposing you. Here we go. Enforcing the law is one thing. Terrorizing a population using children as a pawn is another. And Hillary Clinton. Look, Hillary Clinton posted this. She did. She posted this. Oh my God. You got to see this. Mike Davis posted this. I retweeted it. He said, my heart aches for the young girls your husband met on Epstein Island. Oh my God. Brilliant. Just brilliant. But anyway, look at this. So Hillary Clinton tweets this. ICE detains 5-year-old Minnesota boy school leader, says agents used him as bait. So not only did they twist the story again, so now you got Clinton saying, oh, he was used as bait to lure this guy in because it was his son. Then you had another story was he was just arrested and abandoned. No, he wasn't abandoned. ICE, the father abandoned him. The father, they're saying, she's saying that he is, I got to get my story straight, Rochelle. You retarded. You retarded. Hillary Clinton. Oh, he's used as bait. The other story. Oh, ICE is arresting 5-year-olds and being mistreated. ICE has detained this boy. I can't, you know why? You know why it's hard for me to keep the story straight? Because it's all lies. When people tell the truth, it's easy to spout back the truth to anybody in any situation or anything you're doing. But I'm trying to keep up with their lies and figure out, well, who said this and who said what? Yeah, you can't keep up with it. Unbelievable. Just trying to keep up with their stupid lies is insane. I can't imagine. They must be getting talking points every day of what to say, and then they're just reading it on a teleprompter. Because good Lord. We are calling on Governor Tampon Tim and Mayor Frey to agree to turning this child predator over to ICE so this criminal can never prey on an innocent American children. This is exactly what we have been saying. We need a state and local law enforcement engagement and information so we don't have to have such a presence on the streets. If we work together, we can get this done. So they're looking for a predator, a child predator. They're looking for a child predator, but check this out. Incredible, the sex criminal migrant who ICE said is on the loose. The one they were supposedly looking for when they burst into the house of the frail guy in his shorts. The dude was in jail the whole time. So Tampon Tim and Frey make a spectacle out of this, probably knowing they're going to go bust this guy's door down. So they go bust the doors down the whole time. They're not even there. They already know dude is in their jail. And they're not releasing him to them. They want to keep these pedophiles. That should make you angry. If that doesn't make you angry, you don't have any humanity. That's what that lady said. You don't have any humanity. He did this. We got another one. Ken Martin. ICE detained a 5-year-old child in Minnesota to use as bait. It just doesn't stop, does it? An innocent child. Oh my God. Used as bait. Oh, good Lord. Oh, good Lord.
Do you want to comment on Levy Armstrong's arrest?
Yeah, so I want to comment on Nikema Levy Armstrong's arrest. It's a gross abuse of power, and she should immediately be released.
Yeah. The woman that stormed in the church and terrorized those people with Don Sucks Lemons. Fry just said he thinks it's a gross overreach of power and they should all be released immediately. I don't know what to say. My God. He literally left me speechless. You tell me, what do you think? My God. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? All right, well, I jumped down to the comments because, guys, I was just speechless. I was just speechless. It's like, oh my God. He says this is an overreach of power. What did they do to Trump? No, I should have did it, but we're already almost deep in here. We need to finish up this video. But there was another where there was a bunch of rounds of different libtards when they were doing the committee to talk about holding the Clintons in contempt, right? So there was a couple of them saying, this wouldn't look right. We're holding a former president in contempt of court. It just don't feel right. It just wouldn't look right. I was like, my God, what did y'all do to a sitting president? And then when he got out of office, he was still a sitting president. When y'all were just throwing all of this stuff at him. And then he loses the election, which we know he did win the election. And then all we know, the rest is history because with his mugshots. But good God, y'all went after him with a vengeance. I'm no historian, but I don't think there's ever been a situation where the people storming the churches were the good guys. Oh my God, we're going to look at a few of these comments and wrap it up. Oh my God. I'll try to catch ones if they're nasty. I'll put a stop to it because sometimes some comments are really bad. I'm asking all of you to vote for my impeachment. Get me out of the office now. I'm worthless. Wow. Well, here's a screenshot of this. I mean, yeah, they've all been subpoenaed. Let's see what comes out of that for sure. This is stupid. Damn. Oh, man. That's messed up. Good night. All right, this is Osmond Gold's take on this. I want y'all to check this out. Holy moly. One more time.
Agents on the street to stand asking the very limited number of police officers that we have to fight ICE agents on the street. To stand.
The guy's like, what?
Oh no. Yeah. That's about right. If this isn't an insurrection, what is?
That's true. If this isn't an insurrection. Now, I don't know if the video Osmond here is looking at, obviously it's hilarious, but I don't know if they just did that eyebrow, or was there a pan back, or they panned up. I mean, or did they splice it and make it to where it looked like he did that when Fry said it? I don't know. I haven't verified it, but it's still funny. Well, will Fry swing? I don't know with the rest of them with all the subpoenas. This video ran way longer than I thought it would. But I hope y'all enjoyed showing the hypocrisy, the talking points that the left uses to distract us all with lies and propaganda. Just remember, guys, go and research this stuff. I'd recommend Grok over ChatGPT. ChatGPT is, they're really left. Really test them. Go research the research. But Grok is really good. And make sure you're researching stuff. When you see some sensational thing that is said, you're like, oh my God. Instead of, completely reacting emotionally, well, you're probably going to anyway, but try to rein it in and go, okay, I need to go make sure and get this verified before just jumping on a bandwagon. And then just following the mindless sheep right off a cliff, right? With propaganda and lies. And that's what the left does, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. And like and subscribe. Hit that button. Get this content out. I appreciate it. And remember, don't be retarded.